In today's polarized political climate, few stories have captured national attention quite like the dramatic descent of Representative Nancy Mace, from rising political star to the center of controversy, chaos, and a very public identity crisis. Nancy Mace entered Washington with promise, a fresh face in the Republican Party, rising through the ranks with bold media appearances and a willingness to court headlines. But in recent months, that promise has given way to something far less stable. According to a New York Magazine profile headlined, "Nancy Mace is not okay," the South Carolina Congresswoman's political life has become a whirlwind of erratic behavior, staff turnover, and public spectacle. The turning point, sources say, came in early 2025, a House floor speech in which Mace delivered explosive personal allegations against her former fiancé. The moment was meant to showcase moral courage. Instead, it marked the beginning of her undoing. Former staffers described watching their boss pivot from mission-driven legislator to someone centered entirely on herself, raising serious questions about her judgment and emotional stability. "She's not okay," one longtime aide reflected, capturing a sentiment that has echoed across newsrooms and political circles. Since that speech, Mace's campaign for governor of South Carolina, once seen as a plausible step towards statewide leadership, has faltered. Poll numbers show her support eroding, internal campaign turmoil mounting, and influence within key GOP networks diminishing. Political interest in Mace, tracked by search spikes and social chatter, has ballooned during these controversies. At times, anecdotal data suggests her public visibility rivals or surpasses more traditional news topics, reflecting how controversy drives attention in the digital age. For example, social media observers remarked that search demand for unrelated subjects like polio even outpaced searches for Mace at certain moments, a telling sign of how competitive political attention has become. Mace's story is not just about headlines and hashtag debates. Former staffers have painted a portrait of a workplace marked by unpredictability and dysfunction, late-night requests for liquor deliveries, inappropriate tasks, and a focus on personal media metrics over constituent service. These are more than quirky anecdotes. They have contributed to an exodus of aides and aides' reluctance to vouch for her leadership. At the same time, Mace's public persona has remained incendiary. Surging controversies, from dramatic public confrontations to online feuds, have kept her name circulating in political discourse, even as her core political support softens. Whether railing against critics or asserting she's under attack, Mace's communications underscore a shift from policy-oriented legislator to self-referential figure constantly in crisis management mode. Her gubernatorial bid underscores this contradiction, a campaign seeking broad support amid polls that show her name recognition is high, but her favorability is battered by negative headlines. Internal campaigns generated polling showing her leading the pack, yet independent surveys and political analysts suggest her standing is far more precarious, a reflection of the deep divide between media attention and electoral viability. Perhaps the most striking element of Nancy Mace's story isn't the controversies themselves, but how they reflect broader trends in American politics, the blurring of personal drama and public office, and the way media cycles can elevate turbulence into a defining political brand. In an era where attention equals influence, Mace's struggles reveal both the power and peril of modern political celebrity. As South Carolina heads toward its 2026 primaries, the question isn't just whether Nancy Mace can survive her political implosion. It's whether her story is a symptom of something deeper happening across the political landscape, where reality television tactics, personal vendettas, and public spectacle collide with governance itself.